Vegetation has long been thought to be a necessary condition for the development of single-thread meandering river, leading to the assumption that meandering channels could only form in vegetated landscapes. This was supported both by evidence from the fossil record, where known indicators of the presence of meandering rivers are scarce prior to the development of vascular land plants on Earth, which occurred approximately 440 million years ago. And it was also supported by laboratory experiments in which the presence of vegetation facilitates the transition from single-thread to multi-thread meandering rivers. However, there are increasing empirical evidence and also results from numerical modeling that support the notion that meandering rivers can also form in landscapes that are devoid of plant lives. And this occurs as long as other agents, such as, for example, muds, provide the necessary strength to support the riverbank and facilitate the formation of single-thread meandering rivers indeed. Unvegetated meandering rivers have now been recognized on several continents on Earth and also in extraterrestrial bodies such as Mars, where vegetation most likely never existed. Clearly, this observation prompts new questions regarding the role of vegetation in shaping the morphology and the dynamics of meandering river. In our recent studies, we analyze the morphology and the dynamics of 54 modern meandering river systems found on Earth across different geological climate settings. And all of these rivers are characterized by different densities of riparian vegetation that we were able to reconstruct using multispectral satellite data. Our results demonstrate how the presence of vegetation correlates with the presence of meanders that are more sinuous and more asymmetric from a plant form standpoint. However, inferring a direct control of vegetation on the morphology of meanders is difficult because there are other confounding factors that make the correlation spurious. For example, most of modern unvegetated rivers are found in arid settings characterized by high topographic gradient and fleshy hydrological regimes that makes the river switch courses more frequently, in this way prematurely interrupting the evolution of meanders and thereby limiting the growth of sinuosity and planform asymmetries. Still, we were able to demonstrate that the presence of vegetation reduced the rates at which rivers moves laterally and makes these rates more dependent on the curvature of the river channel. This effect is somewhat surprisingly more evident at low curvature values, and then veins disappears at high curvature, where more complex flow structures then becomes more important than the presence of vegetation itself in driving the evolution of the rivers. We conclude that vegetation effectively stabilizes low curvature reaches and allow meanders to gain sinuosity as they migrate laterally, leaving measurable imprints on the dynamics of meandering river. These results are not only important for better understanding the morphodynamics of meandering river on Earth, but also to provide insights on their evolution in extraterrestrial bodies where vegetation never existed and where the evolution of meandering rivers can only be reconstructed based on remote sensing data at the present.